Hello, everybody. I was gonna go start doing my pull-ups. Realized I don't have my chalk, and I for sure need my chalk. Otherwise, you'll hear me complaining as usual. So I'm gonna go grab my chalk real quick, and we'll head back to the park, and I'll start my pull-ups. Now, some of you might ask, well, didn't you do pull-ups yesterday? Yes, my biceps are a little sore. My chest is a little sore. My triceps are a little sore. So we'll see what we can get done today. I'm curious myself how far I can push myself. And depending what we do, excuse me, in either case, tomorrow we're going to have to switch it up because I won't be able to do push-ups and pull-ups 3 days in a row. Not with the soreness I have. Hey, Ignore, what's up? Welcome. All right, let me grab my chalk real quick and I'll head right back. Also, I didn't sleep much last night. I had to go to sleep very late. Now I wake up at like 5, 6 a.m. every morning. Well, like 5, 5:30. And I had to catch up on some stuff. I went to sleep at like after 1. So yeah, I slept less than 5 hours last night, which sucks, but it is what it is. Here it is. There it is. Hey, Ignore. I think I said hello already. I'll be honest with you. I do not like having roommates. I like having the house to myself, but for this stage of my life, I need to save up some money, and it's gonna be okay. Save up some money. We'll bear through this, and it's all gonna be worth it in the end. Will you in the future be able to work from home if your job sounds work at home doable? Kind of, but not really. My job is not very work at home doable for the simple fact that, like right now, I'm building an estimating software for the company. Currently, I guess I'm doing the architect portion of the software building where I'm designing it. And I'm designing it based on a lot of feedback from them. So I have been in this job before and I kind of know everything that goes into it. But every company has their own way of doing things. And whenever I'm estimating something, I want to go off of real world data for putting the prices together. I don't want to go off of, averages in the industry or what ChatGPT told me. I want to know exactly the data over the last 5, 10 projects that you've done of this size. How much time did you spend loading, unloading each cubic yard of dirt, you know, cutting 9,000 cubic yards of dirt, putting it back in 6-inch lifts, 9,000 cubic yards of dirt. Ooh, these crickets are incredibly loud. Stuff like that. So I have to go over and comb through all the data they currently have. And their data is not very detailed or broken down enough that I can just pull that information myself and do it myself. Hey, thank you, Wade. Thanks for joining. So because I don't have that, I need to constantly get feedback from them as I'm doing it. And as I create a part of the software or the estimating process or a system, whatever, I go back to them and I run it by them and say, hey, on my end, I ran the actual numbers. We're negative. Like we're losing money on this part of the project specifically. Am I calculating something wrong? Am I missing something? And then they're going to be like, oh, well, yes, actually. We forgot to include the equipment. We actually used less equipment on this job than usual. And I was like, okay, under which circumstances do you use more equipment? Under which circumstances do you use less equipment? And so based on the criteria, I can select, I can create modifiers or extra variables that they can select to make the software run faster. Selections for different materials, whatever. You worked out today? You work today? Yeah, I work every day, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Every weekday, so to say. So it's not very work at home doable. I mean, it is, but it isn't. I prefer to work in person. Also, I don't like working from home. I know a lot of people, they're sold on the idea of working from home, like, oh, so much freedom. I love being at home. No, I can't be very efficient working at home. I want to be around other people who have the same desires, same vision, who I can talk to at any time, who are caught up in this vision, who are focused on the vision. I can't imagine myself being as efficient at home. There's no way. Hey, Kirby. I feel like at home I'm constantly going to be getting distracted. I'm not going to be nearly as efficient. So as much as everybody wants to sell you on the idea of work from home is great and amazing, and maybe for them it is, I cannot see myself being nearly as efficient working from home compared to working at the office with other people. Is it a long drive to work? Yeah, kind of. It's like 45 minutes, depending on traffic. Depends how early I leave the house. It's between 35 minutes if I leave at like 6 a.m. or like 5:30. If I leave at 5:30, it's like 35 minutes. If I leave after 6 a.m., it's like 45, 49, 50. Between 45 and 50 because traffic picks up. Everyone's going to work. And then after work, for sure, it's going to be like 50 minutes. But I don't mind. I drive, I listen to music, I think about my life. Um, I don't like drives over an hour and a half. They get kind of boring. But if it's up to, if it's under an hour, I'm okay driving. If it's hour and a half or more, it gets kind of boring. I get a little restless. What's up, constipated nincompoop? How's it going? As far as hitting our benchmarks today, we'll do our best. We'll see how we get there. Hey, Mac Butler. Jesus loves you, bro. God bless. I found your channel several years ago. Cool. I've been good. Oh, update on the blood work. So I found a lab that's going to do my testosterone measurement that's uncapped. Um, Apparently, a lot of labs, they cap their testosterone at 1500. So you have to get a specifically uncapped test for people on cycle to be able to measure it properly. So that's going to cost me maybe another $70 now to get just my testosterone tested separately. But in the future, my blood work is going to be around. Your videos inspired me to do pull-ups. Wade Michelle. Thank you, Wade. Appreciate the donation. So your new job is more architecture and design and less hands-on construction. It's software architecture. It's different. It's not job site architecture and design. It's software architecture and design. I'm designing and estimating software. So it's not the same. Wait, привет, location. What's up, Tom K? So yeah, I'm gonna get my blood work done, reassessed, and have all my other markers that are pretty good. So the only thing that's off the charts is testosterone. So that's the only thing I really need to get retested. Everything else is pretty much. You don't like vibing in the car in long distances? Yeah, not over an hour and a half. I get restless. Under an hour and a half, we're good. Over an hour and a half, it's too much. All right, I can feel today's going to be tough already because my muscles do hurt from yesterday, but we'll push through it. I think we'll be okay. Also, someone made me coffee at work by accident because they thought they made a coffee that they thought was for another coworker, and he already had coffee. So they're like, "Do you want the coffee?" And I said, "Sure." So I grabbed the coffee, but the coffee had a milk, like sugar-free milk cream substitutioner, which I never do. And so I was pooping a lot today because of it. Because those sugar-free sweeteners give me indigestion every time. Hello to Pakistan, Rajasthan. Oh, you got a new YouTube account. Do you think by the time you're 45, 50, you'll be able to own a home? I don't know. I don't really think about that. I don't really care about that. I bought a house when I was 25, 24. I think I was 24 when I bought a house and then moved to the Texas, and we moved into the house. Well, financed it, not cash. Financed the house, got a mortgage. YouTube homepage is down, but your stream looks good. Um, Interesting. I don't know why that's the case. So I did, but during the divorce, the house had to be sold and the money divided in half. So that happened. And now I don't really care about owning a house. I don't care about renting, owning a house. I don't want to be tied down too much. All I care about is that I'm not too far from my children, so I get to see them. That's my main concern. But as far as where I live, whether I own a house, whether I don't own a house, I could care less, to be honest with you. I know owning a house is the American dream or whatever, but it's it's not my dream. Where are you from, Russia? I was born in Siberia, but my parents are my dad's from Eastern Turkey, and my mom is from Rostov na Don. A lot of people ask me this question of where I am from Russia, but I don't think most people know Russia enough to even for my answer to make any sense to them. So I don't understand the question, like the reason for the question. Also, I got a splinter in my thumb yesterday, and I was planning to get rid of it using a not a scalpel, but you know what I'm talking about, which I didn't. So I still have to get that done because every time I put tension on my thumb, it hurts. All right, here we go. Starting it off, some pull-ups. I am so sleepy and tired, but a workout is a workout. We can't quit now. We gotta put the effort in. It'll pay off. You know what I mean? I really wish I could play music on my streams, but I need to get a second cell phone or something. Were you posting your live stream every day, or are you doing this live stream after a few days? Well, I took a week off, but before that week, yeah, I was posting every day. I try to post 5 days a week for the last 6 months. I had some weeks or months off, but for the most part, I've been more or less consistent. I'd say I've been like 70% consistent on posting 5 days a week. Here we go. 25. You follow on with the push-ups? Awesome. Let's do it. $25 pull-ups not bad, to be honest. Especially today after we hit our PR for 30. How far I am from the Caucasus region? The city of Eastern Turkey is at pretty much the Caucasus Mountain region. So my dad is from the Caucasus region. My mom a little bit more inland. Hey, Witch King, welcome. My first set max is 25 pull-ups. Yeah, yesterday was 30. Today 25, so I'm not mad. $40. Of all the muscle groups, my chest is the most sore today. Hey, Barb. Welcome. What's your view on dating coworkers? Is it better to be cordial and distant, or it can be a good idea? Well, people can be unpredictable. Some people actually get really good life partners from their work, but sometimes you get drama, and the drama escalates into workplace, and then one of you gets fired. So, whoever you're dating, you have to make sure mentally stable, that it won't turn into drama. And if you're taking the risk, you must be willing to lose your job if it goes south. So there's something. Hey, Kim. How different are you doing your workout compared to when you were younger? I mean, I'm weaker. I don't know exactly what you're asking. So it feels harder, but that's because we're starting back up, and also because I'm what? Started working out when I was 140. So I'm 50 pounds heavier now than when I started. So there's that too. Body weight fitness gets harder the heavier you are. So I don't know if it would feel the same if I was 50 pounds heavier and starting. Maybe it would feel just as hard back then. Who knows? Here, I'm gonna connect my headphones again because I feel like I'm yelling at the phone. And personally, I don't like yelling at the phone because I get breath. Let me connect real quick. There we go. I know the sound quality probably dropped a bit, but for me, it's worth it to not have to yell. Sound quality is okay. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's okay. I'll end up doing the thing where I exchange my mic for a better one. I remember when one of the mics I bought, the one that broke, was actually pretty good. Is YouTube down? I don't know. One of the mics that I bought was pretty good. It worked, you know, at least with my YouTube app. Maybe this mic would work with my YouTube app. I gotta check. Maybe it only doesn't work with my Restream app. Anyway, I gotta do some troubleshooting. The way you're structuring your workout is the same now as when you were young. Yeah, it's the same. When I was young, I focused on my push-ups and pull-ups mostly for a while until I got to the rep range where I wanted to be. And once I was there, I started focusing on everything else. So I'm doing the same thing now. I'm focusing on push-ups and pull-ups. Once I get to the numbers I want to be at, I'll start practicing everything else. So pull-ups, eh? I feel like I forgot to update my pull-ups, did I? 25, 40. Was I just sitting for 3 minutes doing nothing? I'm lazy. $18. 25, 35, 43. Main page is down, but the stream's working fine. I'm 23. The only female I talk to or communicate with is my mother and sister. Well, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You tell me. Squats as rest is what I do. That's savage. up your cardiovascular system? I bet it does. I bet it does. $30. I saw a funny meme on Instagram. I can't do anything. I do deep breathing, 100% focus, no rest between beyond 10 breaths. Yeah, deep breaths are good. It's hard to stream, answer questions, and breathe at the same time. It's okay. I'm not mad at you. Breathe air. You don't need a vape. That's funny. That's that one Andrew Tate video that went viral. Breathe air. It's funny because he always smokes cigars. Talking about breathing in smoke, making fun of vapes, and then smoking cigars in every video. The irony. Do you ever do reverse planks or hyperextensions or other exercises for lower back? No, I don't. I don't do anything specific to my lower back. I'm not a bodybuilder, so I've added a counter on screen. Yeah, I did. That way we know where we're at, because I kept missing my counts before. So this way we hopefully don't miss as many counts. Gotta go do my pull-ups now. Good job, Duke. How many push-ups did you do? I need water. I need sleep. I'm a bit dehydrated today. October says, damn, you're way bigger than you were 3 months ago. Thanks, October. I'm doing our best over here.
Is it that hot in Texas this time of the year for no shirt? No, it's not very hot. It's a little bit chilly. I'd say it's like 63 out, maybe. My guess. You can look up Houston weather. My guess is it's like 63 degrees. What's your weight, height? I'm 5'9", and last I weighed myself a few days ago, I was 197 and a half pounds. I'll weigh myself today and see, but a few days ago I was 197 and a half. Why don't you work out at the place you trained when you were younger? That place is in California. I'm in Texas. It's 2,000 miles away. That's why. I'm considering doing one workout with the weighted vest. Um, do a proper video with a weighted vest workout. A lot of people have been asking me about it, so that might be coming up in the near future. We'll see. I gotta be fresh for that one. We're gonna have to do a cardio day and a leg day before a weighted vest day, so my upper body has a few days to recover. – 15. That puts us at 53, 58. Why in the park here alone? No one else is here. I think because it's too late in the day. I think people come earlier. The way you count up is smart. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Park in California is cool, very nostalgic. I agree. What's the reason now for cranking out the pull-ups, push-ups without adding extra weight? Because I'm trying to get to 40, 45 pull-ups in one set and 120 push-ups in one set. If you ask me again why, the answer is all fitness goals are arbitrary. 100% of fitness goals are arbitrary to each person or whatever they want. And that's what I want. It's actually pretty simple. Hey Esteban, welcome. Hey Birdie. How do you tackle laziness after work? I mean, I just worked a full day. I actually worked overtime today. I started work at 7 a.m. I finished like 5:10 p.m. and came home, took a 20-minute nap, got back up, got my streaming set up, and went to work. Even though my whole body just wanted to keep sleeping. You just push yourself. No secrets. You go from 1-9, 10, 1-9, 20, 1-9, 30. Oh, yeah. Too much counting if I say every number. Was the girl on the channel that was doing a lot of pull-ups your sister back in the day? Yeah, she's my sister. I should actually coordinate with her. We could do a stream together. She had a baby not too long ago, but she's back. She's back up to being pretty fit. She's very fit now. Could probably do pull-ups in her 20s again now. Push-up time. You once recorded a video in your gym when you were young. Why? Because why not? Because why not? Not everything I do has some monumental plan behind it, you know. One day I'm like, hey, let's do a gym video, and I do a gym video. It was not an elaborate conspiracy. All right, push-ups. Here we go. $30. Have you ever tried 1 rep max with bench, squat, and deadlift? The last time I tried that, I think I was 17 or 18 years old. I do not remember those numbers, but I did make it to Magnificent 7 in my school. Magnificent 7 was is pound for pound, so I think you have to lift 7 times your own body weight in 5 lifts. Bench, deadlift, squat, whatever else, something like that. But if you're able to lift 7 times your own body weight between, or maybe it was 3, maybe it was bench, squat, and deadlift. I think it was bench, squat, and deadlift. If you're able to lift 3 times or 5 times your body weight, something like that. Between the 3 lifts, you get on the max 7. And every year, very few people got on there, but I was up there for pound body weight strength. Haven't seen you in 15 years. Good to see you again. Hey, Adler. Good to see you too. I think being alone, going on your own, makes you work harder towards goals. Can having family and friends around be better? 100%. At the end of the day, it is about achieving your goals, but also at the end of the day, it's about being happy. So if you surround yourself with people who support you and make you happy and add value to your life, you can be happy with that, you know? It's not about reaching some high level, it's about enjoying your everyday life. I think that's more important in the long run, to be honest with you. Overall life satisfaction is more important than some once achieved goal. Hey, Stanley Cooper. Have you ever been in a street fight? Um, Once when I was very young, I think I was in the sixth grade. I got in a No, I didn't get in a fight. He got in a fight with me. He beat me up, and I ran home. And then we became best friends. This killed Andre. He thought I was he thought I was messing with his brother, which I wasn't. And he saw me from across the street, and he thought I was doing something with his brother, like stealing his bike or something. So he thought I was messing with his brother. And him, being a good little brother, then not knowing what's happening, ran at full speed towards me. I didn't see him coming, and I turn around, and all I see is a guy flying at me with both of his legs sideways, and he kicked me, boom, in the air with two legs at the same time. It was crazy, and I fell, and he like went at me with his fist, and I ran away. I was like surprised, like what the hell is happening? And I think his brother was in the wrong. If I remember correctly, I don't even remember exactly what happened, but I think his brother didn't want to give me my bike back. So he asked to ride my bike. I gave him to ride my bike. Then he wouldn't give me my bike back. So I was standing there while his brother's on the bike, and I was like, "Give me my bike, give me my bike." So he just seen us in this confrontation, not knowing what happened, and just like he came at me full force. It was funny. Andre Roscoe, that was his name. Andre Roscoe was his name, and his brother, his I forgot his brother, Cornell Roscoe. That's his name. But again, I was in sixth grade. I was a little boy back then. I wouldn't even consider that a proper street fight. This little kid messing around, I guess. No, this happened in the U.S. It happened in Sacramento, California. That was not in Russia. That was here. We were friends for many years after that until I moved. You don't want to get in a street fight in Russia. Russian people are crazy. They can kill you. Like, I'm not using that as a exaggeration. Like, they'll literally beat you to death and walk away, and you'll be dead. So I wouldn't recommend getting in street fights in Russia, especially at night, especially if there's more than one person there and you're alone. You're not gonna have a good time. So yeah, not recommended. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. All right, I'm gonna turn my back to you for this one. 16. 58 plus 16. It's how much? 58, 68, 73. Is ego and pride something that can push you to be better, or is it always a downfall? So, great V-taper, thank you. So, ego and pride are very loaded words. And what I mean by that is people can mean different things by ego and pride. 74? Yeah, you're right, 74. Thank you. I was wrong. 74. Like, a mom could be proud of her daughter drawing a great painting. Like, that's not bad pride. That does not lead to downfall. A person can be proud of their achievements. That's not bad. It doesn't lead to downfall. Now, what do you call it? So pride can mean different things. The bad pride that leads to downfall is when you think higher of yourself than you really are without the balance of humility as a counterweight or countermeasure. So what that means is if you think you're better than everybody and you put others down, you're an asshole because of your pride, then that's going to lead to downfall because nobody wants to mess with you. Nobody wants to do anything with you. Nobody wants to be your friend. So you might be physically successful in this outer world. Emotionally and socially, you'll be isolated and looked down upon by others because nobody likes you. And that will lead to either mental instability or just antisocial tendencies, which are bad for you mentally. So that's the bad type of pride. A good type of pride is self-confidence and believing in your potential and things that you are capable of, believing that you put the effort in, and if you strive long enough, hard enough, with enough consistency, you'll reach your goals. And it could be even delusional sometimes. Maybe you think even higher of yourself than you actually are. That's okay if it's countermeasured that you're not better than everybody, that you can always learn from somebody, that you can always take advice, that you can always learn some wisdom. So that type of self-confidence and pride in yourself is countermeasured with humility in a way, is the one that leads to greatness. So we in America, we call both things pride, but they don't really equate. They're very different things. And although we use the same word for them, they lead to very different outcomes. You still look healthy, man. Thank you, Burok. In Serbian, you have 3 different words for pride. I mean, we do too. We have self-esteem, we have pride, we have confidence, we have self-interest, we have, I don't know, there's other ones, I'm sure. Haven't heard from you in 10 years. Yeah, I've been kind of offline for a while, but I'm back. Oh, have you ever faced extreme demotivation, like you feel whatever you do is not enough and no purpose? Of course. As much as this is going to sound ridiculous to you, the number one factor to dealing with demotivation and fixing it on a biological chemistry level is having proper sleep, proper nutrition, and working out. So, as stupid as that sounds, and you think like my demotivation is due to my mental, stuff going on in my head, that I feel like I have no purpose, I feel like everything I do is for nothing, like it's a philosophical turmoil. How can biology fix it? Trust me, bro. Trust me. Fix your sleep, start working out, and freaking eat proper food, good food, 3 times a day, and tell me how demotivated you are after you do that for a month. So give this a try. Do it for a month, right? Proper sleep, 8 hours a night, same time every day. Work out for at least 30 minutes to an hour, 5 days a week. Proper intense workout, and eat 3 proper meals a day. Good protein, good carbs, good everything. And then come back and tell me how demotivated you are. As stupid as that sounds, because a lot of demotivation and depression that hits you feels very philosophical. Feels like it comes from where your mind is, where your thoughts are. But once you fix your freaking biology, you will be shocked by how it changes your thinking, your mental framing, your perception of the world. It just flips a switch in a positive way. So get that in order first. If that doesn't fix it, then we'll talk. So I will start with that as my number one advice, because in my life, oftentimes it just boiled down to freaking just having terrible sleep schedule, and that will mess you up on a chemical level, and you will think that it's because of your philosophical conviction that you feel that way, but at the end of the day, your chemistry in your body is just messed up, and you have too much cortisol buildup, and you feel miserable, and your brain starts telling you that you feel miserable because life is meaningless, because everything you do is for nothing. You feel demotivated, you feel cynical, you feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, all that stuff. An impending sense of doom and gloom, so on and so forth. Third, cortisol is a I don't even know if it's a hormone. I think it's a hormone, but it's a chemical your body releases when it's under stress. What does the word cynical mean? Cynicism is the opposite of optimism. So take optimism. The opposite of that is cynicism. I'm mentally preparing myself for the next set. I feel so out of it. Don't really want to do pull-ups. But oh well, we'll do them anyway. Why? Because we are champions. We are the champions, my friend. Now. 'Cause I couldn't see that, but I cleared it. It's 15. $99. We got Paul Education before GTA 6. This is random, but I saw your agnostic video. Are you open to Jesus again, potentially? That question sounds weird to me, because I've never been close to Jesus. I've changed what I believe about him, but I've never been anti-Jesus. So, open to Jesus again sounds weird. The opposite of optimism is negativism? No. In English, negativism is not a word. The opposite of negativism is positivism. But the proper words are, the opposite of negativity is positivity. And the opposite of positivity is negativity. The opposite of optimism is cynicism. And the opposite of cynicism is optimism. Visible cortisol spike after being brutally mobbed. That's funny. Oh, pessimism. I forgot about that one. Stray Jacket said optimism is the opposite of pessimism. Okay, well, then explain cynicism to me. I'm confused. Do you believe in luck and the universe helping you get closer to goals? In some metaphorical sense, yeah. Not in a literal way, but in a metaphorical, spiritual way, yes. But at the end of the day, if you believe and count on luck and the universe getting you somewhere and nothing else, you don't put any effort in, you'll never get there. You literally never will. So you have to take action. So a lot of people use universe and luck as a way to excuse not trying or to excuse themselves from not putting in effort. Look, I was going to say this the other stream. The hardest thing to do is to change your patterns of behavior. Literally, to any human, honest to God, I've done some thinking about this, and tell me if I'm wrong, but the hardest thing to do is to change your patterns of behavior, your patterns of thinking, the way you go about your life, your habits. If you have bad habits, it is so hard to change them. And when you keep falling back into your old habits that don't get you to where you want to be, If you keep falling back into your own patterns of thinking that put you in a place you don't want to be mentally, it is so hard to change it. And so when you keep trying, and failing, you excuse yourself when you tell yourself, well, the universe made me this way. I have ended up here because I was created to be this way. And all those things are, you're making yourself a victim of your environment. And I said this before in my videos in other words about fate and destiny and stuff. But if you put the responsibility of where you want to be on the universe and luck not getting you there, you'll never get there. Because it takes so much effort to change yourself, put yourself out there, look for new opportunities, change your routine, change how you behave, change how you think about things. If you're not doing that and you don't put any conscious effort into doing it, you'll just remain where you are. That's just what it is. How many did you do? 15 on pull-ups? Yeah, I just did 15. You happen to be in Illinois? No. Kim, thanks for the clapping push-ups request. But you're going to have to wait till the end, and if I have time, I'll do some. Have you ever seen the show True Detective? Rust, the guy in the show, talks about pessimism. Great show. No, I haven't seen it. Cynicism, an inclination to believe that people are motivated purely by self-interest. Skepticism. Oh, well, that's not as bad as I thought. Cynicism sounds like way worse. Okay, Kim, I'll do a couple since you donated. Thank you for the donation, by the way. I'll give you 5 clapping, and I'll finish off 25 not clapping, all right? 74 plus 15 isn't 89? Yeah, it's 89. I miscounted. Thank you for correcting me. I'll change it. Shoot, I thought it was at 99. $30. Huh. Oh, thanks for putting out my little flame with that 89 correction. The worst ideology is nihilism, darkest ideology by far. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's such a thing as optimistic nihilism. So when you're a nihilist, you can think nothing matters, therefore, fuck everything, I'm gonna kill myself, right? That's pessimistic nihilism. Optimistic nihilism is nothing matters, so I'm gonna die, everyone's gonna forget about me, so I may as well have fun, I may as well do everything I dream of, because I'll never get another chance, and there's no consequences for my fuck-ups, because I'm gonna die, and in 100 years, nothing matters, and no one's gonna remember me. So there's optimistic nihilism, and there's pessimistic nihilism. Pessimistic nihilism is borderline depression and not good. Optimistic nihilism is something that Alex Hormozy confessed to have, and it's actually the thing that frees him to do whatever he wants to do in this life. So it's nice. What's up, Wild? Do you take creatine? Not right now. I stopped taking creatine like 3 weeks into my cycle, so I haven't taken a creatine for like 3 weeks now, maybe a little more. You see yourself staying in Houston or maybe moving? I'm planning to stay in Houston until my kids are both turn 18. So after my kids turn 18, I might move, but until then, I'm planning to stay here unless my ex moves with them, because I want to be wherever they are so I can see them more often. Good night, Witch King. Thanks for joining. I think cynicism isn't nuanced enough for me. I think everyone does everything based on predisposition, but I don't think every predisposition is based in self-interest, because some people are predisposed to be people pleasers, and they're predisposed to sacrifice themselves and burn themselves out in an effort to gain approval from others. And in doing so, they sacrifice their own health and well-being, and some of them even die. They work themselves to death, all because some predisposition that moves them to behave that way. But I have a hard time. You can say, well, that's out of self-interest because they're looking for approval, so they're doing everything good they're doing because of self-approval. But it's not so. They're doing that because they're predisposed to do it, and they can't help themselves but to act that way. They just can't act otherwise, even though it hurts them. So it's not self-interest that moves them. It's predisposition, and that predisposition is based on both nature and nurture. So it gets pretty complicated when you go down that far. Hey, Bite. Sure, homie G said, yo, bro, I've been watching you since I was like 16 getting into calisthenics. Awesome. Thanks for joining again. It's good to see you. Do you recommend moving to Houston? Not really. There's not much to do in Houston. I personally prefer Austin to Houston, honestly, but my kids are here, so I'm going to stick around here for the foreseeable future. But there's nothing spectacular about Houston. I wouldn't say it's it's not the top place I want to be. I'd want to visit Switzerland. Sounds really nice. I'd want to visit Thailand. That sounds really nice. What is that? Is it Norway or Sweden? One of the countries up north that is like the richest country because of their oil deposits. I think it's Norway or Sweden. Could be mistaken, but they have a very good standard of living, and overall country happiness level is very high. So I'd want to visit there. Again, if I could do anything. And then, are you gonna take tests your whole life like TOT? Hell no, no, definitely not. This is a short-term endeavor, and then I'm going back on my regular. I'm cycling off and having my regular testosterone production restored. You want to visit In-N-Out Burgers? In-N-Out Burger is really good because it's cheap food and it's good food. Like I have a 4-meat burger at In-N-Out, which is like with the fries, 56 grams of protein, over 1,000 calories, for $10. So for $10, I can have a 4-meat burger with fries and a little water with lemon in it. It's like you don't get those prices anywhere, and the meat is actually high quality meat. It's not like some heavily processed, unbearably, you know, whatever canned meat. Daniel What's up, Paul? Good to see you. Been watching you live streams from time to time. I hear the traffic in Houston gets really bad. It does, but I work in North Houston, so I don't really go downtown. But downtown is terrible. How you doing, Daniel? You have any kids yet? How's Augustina doing? Good to hear from you, man. It's been a while. Thanks for watching. And it's been a while. It's been like 10 years since I've seen you, something like that. Probably more now, to be honest. Um, but yeah, I'm curious to know how many babies you got now, brother. Now, what church do you go to now? Are you still at Bright, or you go to City Bible? What's your diet now? Everything. High protein diet, about 2,800 calories a day. That's about it. How I get those calories is always different, but I'm aiming for 2,800 calories and 200 grams of protein per day. That's my diet. How I get it: eggs, lots of yogurt, protein shakes, protein bars, meat. I eat at least like 3 sausages a day, burgers, any way I can. I get it any way I can. All right, we're at 89 plus. All right, we gotta do our last 50 or whatever is left. Let's go. Or last 40, huh? 80, 90, 100. Oh, it's less than 40 actually. 15, 15, 89, 99, 104. Can you do muscle up and flagpole? I could do them both, but not right this moment. Yeah, brother, we have two little ones, a 3-year-old and 1-year-old. Life is moving insanely fast now. Still going to Bright. Awesome, Daniel. Thanks for riding. Nice catching up with you. Good to hear about your little babies. Kids are awesome, man. Enjoy them. They grow up fast. I really miss. I look at photos of my children when they were small. This is the best time. Even though it's hard, it's a difficult time, but it's so worth it. Some of my best memories are with my kids. What is the food name borscht that Andres Maisetin's favorite is his favorite in a recent short video? Borscht is Russian beet soup. B-E-E-T, beet soup. It's made with beets. Some people put tomatoes in them, cabbage, potatoes, carrots. Some people make it with onion. Some people make it with meat. Some people make it without meat, just a veggie soup. Usually made on bone broth, either chicken bone broth or beef bone broth. Um, Yeah, very common Russian soup. Probably most famous Russian soup. Anthony Wilson says borscht is a root vegetable soup. Oh, I never heard it referred as a root vegetable soup. My mom always made it with tomatoes, although I know that's not common. The tomatoes are not a root vegetable. Also, a lot of people in Russia make it with beef, and beef is not a root vegetable. Garlic is a root vegetable. Onion is a root vegetable. Carrot, potato is a root vegetable. Huh, interesting. Most of the ingredients are root vegetables. That is interesting. I never thought of it as much. But it's very, very like red, like blood red, which is why it's called beet soup, because beets give it that super, super red color. In fact, it gets so red it can stain some stuff while you're cooking. If you get some beets on your shirt, because beets are very, very pigmented. I might be lying though. I don't know if beets will stain. I think they wash out, to be honest. Yeah, beets is a root vegetable. Yeah, yeah, I know that. That's why I didn't mention it because that was too obvious. I was just thinking about the other ingredients. $30 Beats by Dwight. That's funny. I have a shirt that says Beats by Dwight, but it doesn't fit me anymore because I'm freaking 200 pounds. I'm at 190. Daniel, if you're still on here, do you still talk to Vlad Molchanov? That dude in high school was huge. He's probably bigger than I am right now. In high school, like straight out of high school, by like 20 years old, he's bigger than I am right now. All natural. That dude had some bodybuilder genetics. Yeah, I don't know if you still talk to him. I wonder how he's doing now and if he's still in like super buff shape or if he's past that. We used to talk with him for a while. He was asking me for training advice and stuff, but man, that dude, that dude would give Andre Smyve a run for his money if he took all the substances Andre was taking. That guy was enormous. All right, we're at 104 pull-ups. How many are left? 19 pull-ups. 2 more sets. Shoot, I'm here for an hour and a half today. Probably longer. Oh well, we gotta get it done. But we'll stay out here until we get it. I'll go home, eat 3 sausages, or I might just go straight to In-N-Out. You know, why not? Why not? I don't keep up with him anymore. Last time I saw him at church, he still had the same physique. That dude is huge, dude. I remember he got invited to volunteer at one of the church events, and he stepped at the front, at the top rung of a ladder, and the top rung broke. I mean, it's true it wasn't meant to be stepped on, but also I've stepped on them many times and it never broke. The moment he stepped on it, it went crack. Do you do weighted pull-ups? No, just body weight. No weighted pull-ups, Anthony. Just body weight fitness. We have 19 pull-ups to go. We're gonna take 90 minutes because we're turning this channel into a philosophy channel. Hey, I don't mind it. I like these conversations we're having. What's the best state you visited? Ooh, good question. Um, so for nature, my favorite's gotta be Utah, probably. I'd say Utah was my favorite for nature. They have Bryce Canyon, Zion National Park. Salt Lake City is surrounded by beautiful mountains. It's like a plateau surrounded by beautiful high mountains. You got the entry to the Grand Canyon in the south of Utah. Great state. I really enjoyed it there. The west side of Colorado is very beautiful too, but it's too expensive and it's too mountainous. I like Utah a little more. It's Colorado is either too wilderness or too flat on the east side. And California, of course, for weather. So many great places to visit, national parks, all kinds of stuff in California. So definitely beautiful. Washington is too cloudy most of the year. I really liked Pennsylvania. It's very green. At least when I visited, it was super green. So that was pretty cool. But I was only there for like a couple days. So I wouldn't say I gave it much justice. Um, so yeah, that's my 2 cents on the states I visited. I don't like Wyoming. I don't like Arizona or New Mexico or Nevada. Too dry, too hot, too flat, too deserty. Um, well, I guess that tells you a little bit. Florida is too humid. There we go. That's a little rundown for you. Philosophy with Fortress. Hey, if it goes there, I'll engage. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna set the tone for that. But if it goes there and this turns into a philosophy channel, I'm all for it. So we will go where it goes. As you can see by the content that I'm posting right now, like these workouts and live streams and stuff, it's not rage bait content. It's not even viral content. It's not any kind of even engaging content. It's just me working out on camera. Like very few people want to watch just a chill guy working out. You know, that's like not very spectacular, not very sensational. So whoever joins, joins. My number one thing with this live streaming thing is just to be accountable, to stay consistent, to hopefully motivate 1 or 2 people to work out with me, inspire them once again, and for me to stay fit too. Because if I feel like even one person's watching me, I feel like I have to show up, I have to put in the effort. And even if I was by myself, I probably would do it, but it's so much easier and better when there's like one other eyeball, you know, much less 30 other eyeballs. Well, 60, I guess, if it's 30 people. So it's cool. And then I get to chill, talk, hang out while I'm working out. It's a nice vibe. It's it's my kind of vibe. 13. Thank you, appreciate the kind words. I did 13, was it? Or 14? I lost count. I was reading a comment. 13 plus 4, 17. Do you remember the training split you had back in the day? Similar to today. Push-ups, pull-ups alternating until I got to my goals of doing 40 pull-ups in one set, 100 push-ups in one set. When I reach those goals, start introducing other advanced calisthenics training. One day you'll do hanging, leg raises, and push-ups. I don't know if that's about me or somebody else. Should start doing mobility training. I screwed up my back because I didn't focus on mobility, like Ruth said. It's funny you talk about states in the U.S. when most of them are larger than my whole country. I did 15? Really? Can somebody confirm? Did I really do 15? I counted 13, but I don't know how much I counted because I started reading Ignor's comment and I got distracted. How many push-ups am I at? 190? This would be better in the fitness and health category on Twitch. Oh, I didn't know they had a fitness and health category. Thank you, Cloudy. I'll change it on my next stream. Appreciate the suggestion. Honestly, did not know they had the category, so definitely gonna add it there. I can change it now, I think, but I think it might end my stream if I do so. All right, so we're at 190. How much is that? 33 to go, right? Or 34? 33. All right, we got this. 33. All right, we're doing 33 in this set. I'm wrapping up my push-ups, and then we're doing my last set of pull-ups, and we're done. 3, 33. Good. So we're at 223 push-ups. Thanks for checking my pull-ups. Somebody's saying 13. That sounds right. All right. We're at 117 pull-ups. 17 to 23 is how much? 3, 6 pull-ups. We got this, boys. Hey, Marcus, what's up? All right, last 6 coming up. I look more bloated than ripped. Last 6. Let's go. I should be able to do this in one set. Take a few deep breaths. Six. 123 done. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We did it. We got our daily manifestation. That's not even the right word. But who's even listening, right? Say whatever we want over here. 123 pull-ups, 223 push-ups, of which 5 of them were clapping push-ups. My book, we did good today. Fortress has legs, look more muscular right in his pants. Was that just me thinking that? Oh, my legs grew. When I look in the mirror, my legs grew. My whole body grew. That's probably from all those lunges we've been doing. You mean swole bubble muscle when they have a pump. Yeah, it's bubble muscle from all the testosterone. You're not oil, you're loyal. What? Any goals for April 29th? It's going to be your first stream since coming back. 1-year anniversary. What? That fast? Wow. Thanks for the reminder. I'm going to have to figure something out. Definitely going to have to do something for our return anniversary. Return anniversary, whatever. Bet you can't do a 1-arm push-up. Oh yeah? Watch this growl. I just finished 223 push-ups, so you can't judge me too harshly. But I'll pump a couple in here. I'll put a couple in here for you. How about that? Pump them out. How about that? 223 push-ups done, and a couple one arms. Or I'll do 5 on my right and 5 on my left. How about that? I'll do my best. Ah! Ah! We did it, boys. Sounded like a deflating tire is what I sounded like. We did it. It's pretty good. It kind of looked like you were straining. I was. Tell me you're rage baiting. Tell me you're rage baiting. Straining. Yes, boy. I just did 200 push-ups right before doing those 5. But yeah, I was definitely straining though, for sure. Sounded like a deflating balloon is what I sounded like. That's funny. He said, "Sounded looked like you were straining." That's funny. Your next goal is to try to do a handstand push-up. I could do a handstand push-up, except when I'm fresh. Now is not a good time. Post-workout handstand push-up is not gonna work for me. Not today. Oh, Barb, hello. Thank you for the donation. Typo character stands idle, whilst his new and most powerful body is a thing with a war background. I am so confused. Stands idle, whilst his new and most powerful body attachments do their thing with the word off in the background. Oh, that's probably the emoji that comes with the donation, but I can't see it on my end. So the app gave me a description of what was attached to the donation. That's pretty funny. Thank you, Barbara. Appreciate it. Many muchos thanks to you. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Did I always do body weight calisthenics for my physique? Yes, the answer is yes. My, what in the world? I lost my, where is it? My chalk holder. Oh, it's in my shoe. My chalk holder.